In the performance automotive world, Enzo Ferrari was a complex and formidable personality, intense, fiercely competitive, and uncompromising in his pursuit of performance. Known as Il Commendatore, he built Ferrari not just as a car company, but as a racing dynasty rooted in discipline, pride and emotional engineering. He could be austere, even intimidating, and he guarded his brand's mystique carefully. Yet beneath that iron exterior was a deep respect for engineering excellence. Even when it came from rivals. Ferrari understood beauty, proportion and mechanical purity instinctively. When he praised a competitor's creation, it carried enormous weight because it came from a man who rarely offered casual compliments. His admiration for the Jaguar E-Type was not diplomacy, it was recognition from one perfectionist to another. More than 6 decades later, that timeless beauty has found a new chapter, here in India. In the 1960s, Jaguar cars produced some of the most beautiful and technically advanced sports cars in the world, including the iconic Jaguar E-Type. But while the design and engineering were visionary, build quality could be inconsistent. Today on Prime Auto India, we take you inside the near-impossible resurrection of a 1963 Jaguar E-Type Series 1 Roadster, powered by the legendary 3.8-liter inline-six, twin-cam, triple-carburetor engine. This particular car carries history in layers. Previous owners included the Gwalior royal family, members of the Poonawala family, and other noted collectors. But by the time Odisha-based collector Dharmaditya, Julia, Patnaik acquired it, the car had suffered a severe accident that tore it into 3 pieces. Meanwhile, many crucial components of the car had perished and major ones missing. What remained was not a restoration project, it was a wreck with a lot of challenges. Rightish manufacturing in that era was often affected by supply chain limitations, variable panel fit, uneven paint application and electrical gremlins, especially with Lucas wiring systems. Corrosion protection was minimal by modern standards, making rust a major issue decades later. Tolerances were not always uniform, and hand-built processes meant no 2 cars were exactly identical. The responsibility of revival was entrusted to Kolkata's master restorer Shrivardhan Kanoria and his team. And when we say ground up, we mean exactly that. Over 4 painstaking years, the car was brought back to OEM-correct specifications, right down to the original exterior and interior color combinations. Every nut, bolt and panel was stripped to bare metal. The monocoque was corrected. Panel gaps were realigned to factory tolerances. Missing parts were painstakingly recreated in-house, with minimal imports. Chrome was refinished. Wiring was rebuilt. The engine was reassembled to period-correct standards, and the carburetors tuned to deliver that unmistakable XK straight-six soundtrack. No shortcuts. No cosmetic fixes. Only authenticity. The result? At the recently concluded Oberoi Concours d'Elegance 2026, this E-Type didn't just participate, it won 2 awards, including the prestigious Judges' Award for Most Exciting Car, presented by Formula One legend Jackie Stewart. That recognition places this restoration firmly on the global classic car map. But this story is bigger than a trophy. It is about preserving automotive art. It is about respecting engineering history. And it proves that world-class classic car craftsmanship is thriving in India. Stay with us as we show you how this British icon was brought back to life, step by meticulous step. This is Chandan Basu Malik for Prime Auto India.
This is a car which was first owned by the Gwalior family, then went to the Poonawala family. Then where it met with a crash, it broke into 3 pieces. Changed many hands. Many restorers tried their hand on the car, and it kept getting worse. The car was beyond restoration, and towards the end, it lay around at a restorer's place from 2012 to 2020, dismantled, battered, and nothing original was left in the car, because as you understand, the front is like a Formula One with a square bar chassis. That was gone by then. It was by using L angles. The car was somehow standing. The wheelbase was altered because of the crash. The rear subframe was broken. Body was, uh, you could handshake through the body because it had completely degenerated. No seats, no dashboard, no nothing. It lay around at various places. And in 2020-21, uh, when the car came to me, it was an understanding that this is a open gamble. you know there was no guarantee that this car would be. In fact, it is the whole India knows that it's practically a resurrection which India has seen uh, on a whole, and everybody knows about it because many restorers have tried that. So this car was a known devil, and my understanding with Julia Patnaik was, in fact,
So
I was not
basically,
taking it up for restoration because it was beyond restoration. What do I restore? There was no reference of originality, no nothing. There's no point. So then the thing was, we decided that let's embark on the restoration. We'll see where we reach. If it's midway or whatever, we feel that it is not worth it or it is not happening. Not worth it is also not worth is the second thing. Not happening. Then we'll abandon the project because it was a Series One E-Type having such a rich provenance. It started its life from central India in the Gwalior Raj, went up to western India to the Poonawala family. Then it went in dilapidated, broken condition, went to South India to some old timer collector. From there, it went to North India. Then it came to Eastern India. So the car has traveled around the world. It's as Indian as it around India. So as it's as Indian as it could be. And this was one of the first E-types which came into the country. And seeing this car only, people got to know what E-types are in India. One of the first E-types. So because of all these goodies attached, we gave it a shot. And I have restored this car over a period of 4 years. So, and I only did it because of the encouragement from Julia Patnaik, who's like a brother to me, and I took it up as a challenge. I mean, a resurrection can't get worse than this. It is one of the most difficultly resurrected car in India, which is evident. And every square inch of the car was fabricated, including the dashboard, the seats, the body. You can say that only the wheels and tires. Tires are it's a local radial tire. The wheels are chrome wheels are imported. You know, the tail lamp lenses are imported. The headlamp lenses are imported. Rest everything is fabricated. So much so that to keep the originality, we even overhauled the meters and the switches. We did not go about buying it from abroad, which is easily available. So this is, and since it was awarded the judges award, it was judged by none other than the chief judge, uh, the chairman of Pebble Beach, Sandra Button, and she decided to give it the judges award. And it was a Jackie Stewart award for the most exciting car of the show. You can say that this is just one shot of the best of show, and one car generally gets only one trophy. Otherwise, this car was also being uh, considered for resurrection, but then they gave it a better trophy. you know so because no car has been resurrected in this manner, and it's running beautifully. The paint also, opalescent gunmetal, is an original E-type shade in which the car came in first. you know this car had this color only original. We have the picture of Mother Earth India with the car. you know and
Now, Jackie, you remember these cars obviously from their heyday. What did the Jaguar E-Type mean to you?
Sir William Lyons, the man who created the Patnaik Jaguar, or Jaguar, of course, to go the vehicle itself. But ironically, when I got married to Helen, I went on honeymoon in the Jaguar. Red, and I did it to go to the German Grand Prix of shooting, because that was a big event at that time. Typical Scottish fella that should have been sitting at home, but I went to Germany with Helen. Of course, look at the car now. You can't have any space inside it. We bought new stuff, we did the whole thing, and that is the car. So when I looked at them all around today, what is the most expensive, not expensive, but for me, the strongest memory. A beautiful car. Jaguar did a great job. It was very early, ahead of its game, ahead of Ferrari, ahead of all the best so-called racing people. So I was very happy to see that this has been retained in some way.
So Jackie Stewart, ladies and gentlemen, 3 times World Formula One champion, handing over the award to the Jaguar E-Type of Dharmaditya, Patnaik, the 1963, so the early original version of the Jaguar E-Type with these covered headlights, the low screen, and of course the typical 3 windscreen wipers as opposed to 2. Because the screen was low, the windscreen wipers had to be short, and therefore you needed 3 to cover the entire width of the screen. Gentlemen, well done. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Sir Jackie Stewart, for handing over the award to the Jaguar E-Type. And now the